activities of export promotion, the evaluation of the one state, one product value chain export development model through the state committees on Export Promotion Council. Export promotion, sorry. Okay, before we start, we'd like to take the pledge as our opening prayer. Can you stand up, please? We all know it now. Yes. Oh God of. Yeah, that one. Oh God of grace. Oh God of grace. Yes. These are one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed. Thank you. So to get the ball rolling, we'll just do some brief introductions. Is your name, the organization you are from? Thank you.
Thank you. Chief Secretary. Hello. Is it on? It's on. Okay, it's on.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Chief Superintendent of Customs, O.A. Olubi, here with my colleague representing the Customs Area Controller of Cross River, Free Trade Zone, and Akwa Ibom, in the person of M.G. Powder. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. I'm a Superintendent of Customs, AU Edinburgh. Thank you very much.
My name is Arnold Jackson. I'm the Director of State Policy Department, Nigerian Export Promotion Council.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ngozi Ibe. I'm the Regional Coordinator, NEPC South Regional Office, Port Harcourt. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Louis Ibok. I am a Director of Enterprise Development and Commerce in the Ministry of Commerce. I'm also the Secretary to the State Committee on Export Promotion, representing my Permanent Secretary. Welcome, everyone, to Calabar.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sylvia Adem. I'm the State Coordinator, Nigerian Export Promotion Council, Bayelsa State Coordinating Office.
Good morning, everybody. My names are Andrew Okiulu. I am the State Coordinator for Edo State Coordinating Office. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Bomote Zakios, Permanent Secretary, Trade and Investment, Bayelsa State, the Chairperson of STEP in Bayelsa State.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mr. Peter NEPC Asala,
Good morning, everyone. I am Mr. Felix, the Director of Commerce, the Secretary of STEP, and representing my Permanent Secretary from Ministry of Trade and Investment, Delta State.
Good morning, everybody. I'm still on the Vice President North, Cassava Chain.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Thomas Desier. I'm the State Coordinator Office.
Susan Ohen. multi-stakeholder committee in Cross River State on cocoa, coffee, and oil palm strategic plan development. Good morning.
Okay. So to set the ball rolling, we'll invite the regional controller, South, for the Nigerian Export Promotion Council to give the welcome address. Coordinator, sorry. The next slide for us.
Good morning, everyone, once more.
Good morning.
Please, good morning. It's morning. Okay, on behalf of the NEPC South region, we warmly welcome you all to this session on the SCEP evaluation on OSOP initiative. The city of Calabar is a strategic city for us, and of course, everyone knows it's the tourism capital of Nigeria. It's also an agri-hub that hosts a lot of produce like oil palm, rubber, cocoa, maritime hub, and also have emerging crops like coffee. So we wish all members here present, especially the SCEP members from Calabar here present, we wish you all a fruitful deliberation, and we hope we'll come up with initiatives that will help, propel this OSOP to the next level, because we're really not feeling the impact as of today. That's the essence why we are convening this session. So on behalf of every one of us here, we say thank you for coming, and we hope, we'll get to the next level. Deal.
Thank you very much. Okay, and this also be inviting the director, state offices, coordinating departments at the NEPC headquarters to also give the opening remarks.
Good morning, all. The regional coordinator said something like that.
Yes.
He was right. Okay. How would I even say it a little bit different? Because I grew up in this town. So I know the terrain. And I've eaten a lot of fish and all the things you can imagine in this town. I grew up, in fact, all my early childhood days was here. School in this town too. Now that it's over 20 years since I so I'm home actually. I'm happy to be here today and to also join my voice with the regional community to welcome everyone that is here present. Honestly speaking, today I have something written down. But when I'm a bit more passionate, I always drop papers. I like to speak from the heart. Is that okay?
Yes.
If you take a look at what is happening today, presently, you find out that what we used to, everybody's oil, at the point we're buying oil, I think recently, maybe from yesterday after the opening of the Strait of Hormuz, I think that started coming down. But our major source should not be only on oil. If you look at every nooks and crannies of this nation, now God has blessed us with enormous potentials. Calabar is also blessed. I heard somebody talk about coffee. Madam, let me say this. I wish the commissioner, because the first time when I told her about the commissioner, the coffee, because she said, I said, I drink coffee that is planted here in Ghana. If you see the coffee, you will not believe it. If they brew it here in this place, the aroma, that's purely Arabica. Cross River also is a hub of cocoa. Let me say second largest in terms of production and organization. They have a lot. Recently, not too long from now, there was a star map also. That set up their list. Calabar, thank God the customs are here. You know, I'm not going to make a regular decision. I'm trying to bring you guys into some thought-provoking this moment. I remember many years ago when we had, I think that was in the time of June, when they brought in cars, and there was an incentive for sheep to bet in Cross River. I still remember. And things were very okay. Even the prices of cars and all that, were a little bit. And somebody said there's also a ship that leaves Calabar, maybe once or twice a week or thereabout. And sometimes these things could be informal. So it is also the responsibility of because there's a trade facilitation agency, very key. And apart from the revenue side, I don't want to talk about that, but the trade facilitation side is where we should also hinge on. We are also working on informal cross-border trade. Because we did, last year, the total normal exports in Nigeria was about $6.1 billion. If you just oppose that figure with informal cross-border trade, that's the far cry. And for us, we are also looking at possible ways of formalizing these things. You will help us in that aspect. It's key. We've done even around here. There was a time they did a program on cross-border informal trade. We've done at Samia, we've done in KB, and even I think in 3 or 4 locations so far. We are now in partnership with customs right now, and mostly MBS, because they are the ones that gives the figure. We are in partnership with them, and I think CBN also. We need to formalize this so that we can report and have a proper reporting template. That's for the trade facilitation. You have to help us. The state coordinator here and the regional coordinator, the same thing, will also have to help us. We are very passionate about formalizing this sector. We have a lot of things living through oral access in Akwa Ibom, then Cross River here and all that. So we are very keen in all that. Then we're talking about the oil. The amount of money that is going out informally is enormous. In Cross River, you have this cement factory. What's that they use? Silicon sack also in the northern part of it. So there's a lot. That's why you have like Lafarge and all those things. Those things they use it for that. They have the inputs from that. So it's limestone. These are things. I'm trying to take our minds away from oil and oil. Let's not talk about everybody and politics. If we have a proper documentation and we have a proper format, we can now talk to the government, the governors. I'm sure every governor wants to make things right, to improve the livelihood of them, to improve trade amongst the people. But if we are disconnected, we may not be able to present to them what we need to do, what we ought to do, and how to do it. When we have a platform like State Committee on Export Promotion, when we have such platform, we should be able to, begin to engage the relevant authorities that this policy is going to affect this sector, or this policy we need to put it in place so that we can be able to achieve this, that. And that, I'm sure the government will listen. But if you are not you are disjointed, everybody's doing there, it might be a little bit difficult to achieve that. That's what the essence of State Committee on Export Promotion is all about. It's not all about oil and all that. So it's important, it's imperative, so that we can now be able to have these things in place. When we meet and have a platform, we should also begin to think of activities within, as a committee, as a state committee on export. What kind of activities can we do? We have the private sector, it's a multi-level sector. We can't drive this thing from headquarters. So we rely on the subnational. And you are the ones that are at the hand of the affair. You are the one driving this. If we can, harmonize our thought, we can have a common platform. The South is, if you look, the South is represented here in this room. All the state offices are represented here. And each and every state has something unique to offer. And until we are able to come as a formidable platform, we may not be able to achieve this optimally. So it's important. The essence of calling this meeting, we'll be having scared meeting every day, every now and then. What are the impacts? What are the outcomes of those scared meetings? Let's not concentrate on, we have scared. After scared, what next? Because that's the angle we are. Let's evaluate some of the things we've been doing as at the scared level. Let's also look at it. What are those deliverables? What have we agreed on? Even if it is one thing that will be able to move the sector or move the non-oil sector forward, it's one of the things that we say, okay, we have achieved it. It's important we do it. Very important. So let's have an open mind. Let's look at what are the things we should do, or what are the things we have not done. Let's move away from potentials. Let's actualize these things we have been talking about all this while. This is a statutory committee. It's a statutory committee for the development and promotion of non-oil exports in the country. It is enshrined in our mandate and in our so it's very key to us and it's very germane, and we should also begin to bring in new and innovative ways of promoting non-oil exports in the sector. The palm oil in cross-river, there are a lot of things that we can do. It's a veritable product. We must look for best ways, approach to enter international market and to be able to, optimize. So every day somebody said, this palm oil that was taken from us to Malaysia and other. Me, I'm not an advocate. I don't believe in that. On the highway of destiny, overtaking is allowed. But what can you do differently? What can you do to challenge some of this narrative? Yes, our children should grow more than us. So if at all they came to us and borrowed a leaf or whatever, and they now grow, fine. What have they done better or different that makes them where they are today? These are some of the things, this narrative, we need to also challenge the status quo. That they came to take the palm fruit from us doesn't make any sense to me. So what are the things we can do? These days we have Malaysian breed, we have all sorts of this. It's okay. Can we also do something? You have research institute here. What can we do differently to make us stand out and optimize this same part? I've spoken to the cocoa and the coffee. The coffee sector alone, we are talking about billions of dollars globally. And most of these people, if we talk about coffee, Ethiopia, Rwanda, and all those, after that, we have premium qualities here. The one we have in Cross River is a premium quality. The one we have in Jos is also a premium quality. Somebody went to brought the coffee from Cameroon for me. It's actually Robusta. That rose. I don't enjoy it as much as I is bought from Ecom and Mambila. So that means we have what it takes to compete globally. The fish, somewhere said sometimes ago that the fish from Cross River, in fact, this side, you don't need Maggi. Maggi, as we all know, has a very terrible health benefit or impact. The sodium glutamate in Maggi is cancerous. So a lot of people are avoiding this. A lot of people are avoiding Maggi. But we have that the water is salt water. The aquatic product from these artists is once you don't need Maggi, it tastes better. So what are we doing about that? We should also, I'm sure the state should come up with like a training center, a smoking king in clusters, because we also prefer working in clusters. If you identify, oh, this is a cluster, I can use this to smoke fish for export. You get the basic requirement, the basic certification. Talk to FDA, they are the ones that give that certification and NAFTA. Once that is done, then you can. It's a global product, and it's very important that we do it right. We want to work through clusters. In each of the states and regions, there are clusters. Identify what that state has a comparative and competitive advantage to, promote. It should be the responsibility of the cluster to say, what can we do to promote non-export markets? It's important. Let's begin to look inward. What do you have as a cluster? This other, when you do that, we will also assist. We do a lot of market, we can bring in market access, certification, and all that, because we work in partners. For instance, as we speak, there's a cluster for sesame candy in partnership with NPC and FACA, with the private sector, that's cooperative. They have about 250, it was a 500 hectares land, but they planted 250 with 250 cooperative members. It's ready for export. They also have an off-taker, I think it's Starlink or so, who is partnering with them. Why did they have that? They had that opportunity, and it is when they travel to Turkey, they found that a particular product, the sesame, was having a challenge. So they had to, when they came back, they said, this is what we want. They now met with these people, this cooperative in Kebbi State. And the government, they now said, oh, we have about 500 hectares land. We can plant it. We have this cooperative. We said, okay. NPC, we now begin to look for who will offtake that seed. What quality was required. This is the quality. So at the end of the day, this already, the export of that SMC from that center is almost ready. So what do you have? What clusters can we form within here that we will always partner? We want to promote through clusters. If it has to do with certification, we've done series of certification for people. We've done, I think this year we did like 221 or so for companies on HSCCP and FDA. We are looking at kosher and halal. These are some of the things that should interest us. We want to walk through clusters. If you have it, we say, okay, this is the certification we want. We work towards that to make sure that that center has that certification. And we also try to expose the market access of that product at the international market. Anytime we go for product, we go for trade fairs and trade missions. These are ways we want to. The mantra for this time is double your export. We've done 6.1 billion last year, so we need to, even if it's not double, a little is much. We may not have it immediately 12.2, but even if you have extra 1% impact, improvement on that, it's a step. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. That's the challenge today. I have a paper, I didn't want to read it, it won't make sense. But I needed to talk from my mind and to let you see. Like I said, I started by saying that I grew up in this town. My primary school now is this town. So I'm not, there's no way, you said? 24 Ambo. Yeah, that's where I school. Secondary school. No, secondary school, I went to acquire maintenance student, I came back. Then aside, I've been here, our family house, everything is out in this town. We own it. So I'm not just a stranger. Huh?
I know our family has to come to your household.
To your uncle.
So, settle lunch now.
No problem. If you go there, if you need anybody you meet, you will settle you for lunch. So it's important. At least I have an idea. This town has a lot of good things. Even an agro product. If you go through a crop and all the way down to Fum and what do you call it, Cameroon, the alpha grows like it grows like weed. There's honey on that side. There's a lot to be done. But we're not doing much. We're not doing much. These things, if they are processed, we can form clusters around some of these products and develop it for export. In Akwa Ibom, look at Oran. Look at that Oran as a whole. A lot is happening around there. Nothing. During COVID, when they stopped the movement, the people that used to smuggle shoes, permit shoes from Aba, that place we went about, the whole street was full of shoes because they could not move. But we don't want illegal movement. We want, that's why custom, you have a lot to work with us. I better not continue because by the time. So I'm just, giving your mind, opening your mind to what we should do, what can we do. Let's reason together. In your states, in the South, what are those things that we should do as a group, as a cluster, as a state committee? What are the initiatives? It's not just we end up, we sit down, hold meeting, and after everybody, no, we don't want that. What are those initiatives that can drive the economic activities in the state or in the region? Better not, if I better leave because let me just hold on, but I just need to, because of time, because I have to run away. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together for the Director of State Offices Coordinating Department. How do we move the step from just a meeting-based to actually to an action-based kind of committee? Okay. Going forward, all the SCEP committees of the different states in the South will be required to make a presentation. And I think it's only just that we allow our host to actually start this process. So we'll be inviting the representative of the chairman for the SCEP in Cross River, in the person of Mr. Louis Ibok, to make his presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Cross River one more time. So I'll be taking the presentation for Cross River State step as a platform. What I will do is to skip the generic stuff and just go to maybe the one-stop specific things that have to do with our one-stop model here in Cross River State. So this is the general outline of the presentation. Background, why Cross River State? We have a supportive government and policy environment, as you would find out. You heard the multi-stakeholder committee chairman introduce herself. So we have developed policies for oil palm, for cocoa, and for coffee in the state. And we've also started a traceability initiative such that our products will be acceptable internationally. We have an investment promotion bureau and a very active state action on the business environment committee. Of course, we have several public-private partnerships running, and we have a strong agrarian workforce. Over 70% of our workforce are in the agri sector, and they're employed by agricultural enterprises. And agriculture contributes 49% to our GDP in the state. Where's Pedro? Okay. Right, this everybody knows. I don't think I need to start establishment of step. I'm not sure. But we pretty much cover all this here in Cross River State. Policy formulation, trade information and export, and of course, advisory services. For us in Cross River State, we have selected 3 crops as our awesome focus, the products that we want to promote based on this one state, one product initiative. And we're going to share in the next few slides the roadmap for each of these products. So the products are coffee, cocoa, and oil palm. So for our aim on the One State, One Product initiative is to have, we choose them on the basis of high ecological suitability. These are things that are easily grown here. Existing farmer base and value chain actors, and then strong domestic and international demand. Of course, potential for job creation and foreign exchange earnings is another major consideration. Our goal is to transform these commodities into globally competitive export products and generate as much revenue as we can from them. So for each of these, we will take oil palm first. The strategic focus is to reposition oil palm for export across our 3 senatorial districts in the state. It's grown across the state, so wonderful. The actions we've taken, the activities we've undertaken so far include having stakeholder forums aimed at collecting input for developing a strategic action plan to help us increase productivity, fact-finding visits to farms and companies that are in the value chain of this oil palm. Then Wilma is the largest producer of edible palm oil in the world. We're fortunate to have them here in Cross River, so somewhere in here. So we visited them, we've gone to Real Oil, their plantation, and also JP Farms and 1 or 2 other places. We've engaged with sector groups like POFON, the Palm Oil Farmers Organization of Nigeria, and then OPCA, Oil Palm Growers of Nigeria. And then we visited public institutions and research institutes like NIFO, Ministry of Agri, and the Coastal Basin Development Authority. We have strategic partnerships with OPCA, POFON, and recently Solidarity. We're also in the process of completing the development of an oil palm strategic plan that will cover the statewide development of oil palm in strategic way. For cocoa, the focus is to increase production because we're already producing a lot of cocoa. The focus is to increase production and the quality of our existing cocoa value chain. Key actions taken include provision of farm inputs to farmers, training on good agricultural practices, distribution of improved cocoa seedlings, and flag off of 1,500 improved cocoa seedlings to selected farmers, supported development of 7-year strategic plan, and of course the creation of 6 cocoa estates in high production LGAs. For coffee, our focus is to achieve sustainable coffee production and productivity. Because for some time, the production of cocoa had overshadowed it. So we want to focus on that one more time. We are going to do it in 2 phases. First is production support. And for this, we have done baseline surveys of coffee producers in the state. And we have also supported the development of a 7-year roadmap for coffee development in Cross River State. We've had stakeholder meetings with a wide range of stakeholders, including AFAN, Solidarity, Ministry of Agri, and NACOFTA. That's the National Association for Coffee. We've also embarked on nursery development. We've set up, I think, three coffee nurseries across the state in each of the senatorial districts. We're also helping in land preparation in some areas, and we've done seedling distribution for coffee. And we've conducted gap training, harvest and focus on harvest and post-harvest management. And then we're presently monitoring and evaluating the processes. The second phase of the roadmap for coffee is market access. Without market, any initiative will die. So we have identified existing coffee exporters in Nigeria, and we're presently in the process of linking producers with off-takers. And then we're sensitizing our farmers, and we're trying to develop distribution chains. This is to make it sustainable. This, I'm not sure this is necessary to go through. This is the big things we've had from the time it started scaling in 2022. So we're having this quarterly meeting. Right, so these are a few of the things we have executed here in Cross River State. Stakeholders forum, sensitization forum on positioning of oil, palm, and other major products. We've also done workshops on good agricultural practices and flagged up distribution of seedlings. We've also had a 1-day sensitization workshop on good agriculture for improved rice production and processing in Cross River State. In Cross River State, we have 12 different soil types that supports the production of different kinds of agro-produce. So you will see us in our activities inserting different products that are different from the also focused products. We've also visited major oil, palm, and agro-industry subsectors in the state like we mentioned before. We've had workshops on product development and export readiness for registered exporters in the state. And also we've organized coffee stakeholders investment forum, as part of the takeoff activities for our coffee value chain development in the state. Let's look at key achievements. Massive input distribution. We distributed 3 million oil palm seedlings across the state. Of course, like earlier mentioned, we've distributed 1,500 improved cocoa seedlings and flagged it off with, with selected farmers, that is. In terms of policy adoption, one state, one product has been adopted as a state's official strategy for each crop development. So we focus on that, yes. That's something we've achieved at the state level. For infrastructure creation, we've established dedicated cocoa, coffee, and oil palm estates in the state. We have somewhere existing, but we focused on it to try to fine-tune the management of these estates and make them more productive.
Coffee, cocoa,
and oil palm. Those are the 3 products that we focused on for now. We have a whole lot of, and then of course, with regards to trade promotion, we jointly hosted the 2024 Cross River State International Trade Fair in conjunction with the Ministry of Commerce. Recognition and incentives. We got the SCEP Awards for Excellence in Export and Agriculture. That was in 2023. Yes. So last year, I think we gave 7. But this
who gives the, where is it in
that
Okay.
it's NEPC that's
Okay,
there.
yeah.
Then in terms of capacity building, hundreds of farmers, cooperatives, and exporters have been trained on that, product development, and export readiness. We have strategic partnerships where we actively collaborate with NAPC, Solidaridad, COFON, UPGAD, NIFO, and the Ministry of Agriculture and Irrigation Development. We're expecting the commissioner to be there apart from the commissioner for commerce, the commissioner for agriculture, because a lot of these initiatives fall in his domain. So he might be able to take questions or provide more details regarding what has been done specifically. All right, the opportunities we've identified. One is the revitalization of the Calabar port as an export hub. This will reduce logistic costs for South-South exporters. Somehow, all the engagements we've had with the exporters have pointed to the fact that it's challenging, moving goods through this port. I don't know why really. There's a secret they are not revealing to us.
I'm the customs you have.
The customs will not tell you anything important.
No, that's what they will have. It's engagement with them.
All right, no problem. We've engaged with them too. So we also discovered there's a global demand for organic cocoa and specialty coffee, like the director mentioned. Our coffee is good grade, and if we can focus on it and get it right, I'm sure we will have market for it. Sustainable palm oil, and of course tropical fruits like banana, plantain, and honey. Intra-African trade opportunities under AFTA are also things with challenges were encountered. Inadequate funding, non-ownership posture of some of the agencies, so they are reluctant to even attend the SCEP meetings, but we keep trying. Inadequate policy implementation. Many times we have position papers, but in terms of implementation, it's a challenge. Reactivation of the Calabar Seaport case. We've had that for many years. We've been back and forth. And then securing collaboration and cooperation is painstaking. It takes a lot of time and resources. And sometimes just lose steam. Lessons learned. Stakeholder engagement is critical. I need to start early and have continuous dialogue with farmers, cooperatives, and private sector in order to build ownership. Capacity building must precede input distribution in any crop value chain. So we ensure that gap training will help to improve seedling survival and yield. Also, think market linkage should also start early. That's why we're starting early with coffee. Also, success depends on guaranteed off-takers. So even if your guys are producing and there's no one to take off-take, the thing will die, the initiative will die naturally. So Calabar Port offers a strategic advantage, but it requires rehabilitation and private sector confidence. That's why the engagement of Calabar Port must be ongoing. Cooperative strengthening is an effective vehicle for reaching smallholders, because one, it's easy for them to register and put themselves in cooperatives without much requirements and regulatory bottlenecks. Let's go on. In conclusion, SCEP has made significant progress in crossover states, embedding also into the state's agricultural development plan, distribution of 3 million oil palm seedlings and creation of commodity estates as concrete verifiable achievements. So sustained success will require continued government and NEPC support. Increased access to finance for farmers and SMEs, investment in storage and processing infrastructure, and of course, revitalization of the Calabar port as a functional export gateway. These are all important measures that we need to take if we sustain whatever successes we have. So thank you for your attention. We look forward to deeper collaboration with fellow SCEP states and NEPC to advance road oil export in South-South region and in cross-river states. Thank you very much. God bless you.
We put hands together again for Cross River SCEP. they seem to have taken their job really seriously, and we appreciate them for that. Okay, next for the presentation, we'd like to call on the chairman of the SCEP in Bayelsa, in person of the permanent secretary, Mr. Bomote Zakios. Please put your hands together for us to come up.
Good morning, everyone. I was actually expecting that I would be one of the last persons. And I was surprised I'm coming after Cross University, who are more or less the people we look up to. My projection will be very brief because not to explain myself, but we have the problem of frequent change of the SCEP chairperson. And you know what change does? You know you have to start, you have to start from the beginning. More or less you learn before you now start working. So you would forgive Bayelsa State for that for now. I came in as chairperson not too long, but I had to dive in and see what I can do because I am very interested in exports. As an individual, I always like doing things the right way and doing it well. When I came in, I found out that SCEP has not been functioning after the COVID. So for a long time, there was really nothing happening until 2024, late 24, 25, when we had a new coordinator and she started pushing for things to start working. So my presentation will be very brief. Excuse me.
There you go.
Okay. It's a simple thing, introduction, the achievements so far, the activities we have had from 2025 till now, the one state, one product initiative, our work plan, our challenges, and every other thing. I'll try to put them fast. Let's go. Like I said, Bayelsa State Committee of Export Promotion has been inactive for a while, and we just started 2024. That's when the committee started working again. Now, of course, following the activation, the committee has had the normal quarterly meetings from then till now, and we have had other meetings with the farmers. We've tried to get the farmers, trying to get the clusters, and trying to make sure everything starts working. Let's go. This is a group photograph. I'm not there, but this is a group photograph for the first meeting and in the reactivation of the SCEP and training of stakeholders in non-oil exportation promotion, which took place 2024 May. Then, like I said, driven by our commitment mostly, we have been able to have all the meetings and we've been able to collaborate with the NEPC. We've had one-day capacity training for the members. We are focusing on the export promotion. We've had awareness workshops, awareness to the public, to the other ministries that are supposed to collaborate with us, to let them know that we need to get it working. Before we get to this, now SCEP, as we've identified the product in Bayelsa State. Bayelsa State is basically a riverine area, and most of our products are seafood. Then the normal cassava, plantain, banana, and all that. But because of the one state, one product, we're trying to narrow it down. And with the fact that we know that cocoa is a hybrid product that earns money for the country, we identified clusters. And it was a surprise to me and a wonder to me that cocoa grows in Bayelsa. I never knew cocoa grows in Bayelsa until I started this job. And I found out that there are clusters, cocoa clusters, in places like Nimbe, Brass, Ekremon, Sabama. And when we went there, it was really surprising and encouraging progress, because we had some of these cocoa farmers actually growing cocoa and working, but they had so many challenges that I hope NECP will help us address later as time goes on. We have, Bayelsa State has a very modern fish farm. It's located in a very vast land. But unfortunately, it has been morbid, it has been dead. When I went there, I was like, with this, exportation of seafood will not be a problem for Bayelsa, because everything is on ground. They have more than 500 fish ponds not working. We have a feed mill not working. We have a storage capacity. We have so many things there that were not working. The place is set up. There is a laboratory that is there that is not working. There, everything you need for a fish production, for seafood, not just fish, for seafood production is there. So we need to reactivate it. I spoke with the coordinator in Bayelsa that since I'm new here, I just started work this year, we're going to see how we'll improve on it and see how we'll contribute our own small quota to the state. There are so many things that, given the time, we would want to discuss with the national. Then for the Cocoa Development Initiative, since we saw that there were farms and there are clusters ready, we've decided to see how we will help them, because it's a long time thing, it's not a short time product, so it's a long time thing. We'll see how we will help the state to have better yield by the time it comes. Bayelsa State has 4 clusters as it is now. We have clusters for cocoa, we have clusters for cassava, we have clusters for seafood, and we have clusters for oil palm. So we want to see a way to improve all these clusters to make them productive and achieve what we have set out to achieve for this year. The agricultural village, like I said, has more than 580 ponds, a solar power hatchery, a fish processing facility, a feed mill, and a fully equipped laboratory that is just there, ready to be used as at when we are ready. For the cassava, we have had a series of training in collaboration with the coordinators. We even have a starch mill, but the farmers cannot feed it, so we cannot produce for export. The one they produce is not even enough for local distribution, not to talk of export. So we have a lot to do in Bayelsa, and I'm hoping that Cross River counterpart will give us all the assistance we will need, because we need to learn and need to grow. And I'm sure that's the more reason why I had to make sure I come to this meeting, because it wasn't really possible for me to come. It was very difficult. I had to beg my commissioner. My state is expecting the president, so my commissioner said nobody should travel for these 2 days, and I had to beg him that I need to go and see what other people are doing and learn and know how to improve our own. That was why last minute he said, okay, Pierce, you can go. That's why I'm here today, to learn from Cross River, because I've seen through the Cross River profile, I know where they've gotten to, and with their help, and I was very happy when they were talking about collaboration. In everything is collaboration we need. And with collaboration, I know we can go very far. Not just collaboration from state to state, collaboration from the government agencies, the custom, NAFDAC, and all that, because we have been trying to register exporters, CMEs, with custom, with NAFDAC and all that. We've been trying to register them. From when I came There were about 50-something exporters, but now we've gotten up to 90-something. And their products are wonderful. We had a one-day branding training for the exporters. Unfortunately, the informal export is, we have more of that than the formal export. So most things are sent out without any data. People don't even know that things like that are sent out of the state. I tried to find out their export capacity and what they have been exporting. And I found out that they have clusters of private exporters that the government doesn't even know about. They just send their things out of the country. And most of them are being paid in Naira, not even in the dollar that they were supposed to earn, which they don't even know. So with the help of all this and my brother states, I believe that by the next meeting we'll have, Bayelsa will have had good results to report. As part of our 2026 strategy, we plan to support farmers with high-yield cassava stems, provide access to farm inputs, collaborate with cassava farmers, not just cassava farmers, with the cocoa farmers, with the seafood producers. Fortunately, we have an agri ministry that is collaborating with us right now, which is making it a bit easier for us. And I believe that our 2026 report will be better than what we've been having. Now, the challenges we are having, I've already said it. The frequent change in SCEP leadership, it's a big problem. And I've spoken to my commissioner to get to the government that for anything to work, we need to have stability for a period of time before you do changes. That way, when the other person comes, you already have what you're handing over and how the person can go about it. That is a major challenge. Then inadequate funding of programs and SMEs the support. Most times, yes, SMEs find it, they don't want to come in because they feel that the government is not ready to support them and they're working on their own. So they want to keep working on their own. So we are having issues with that. I believe it will be attended to. Then limited access to international markets. When we don't expose our products, like Cross River said that they have off-takers, that is a major problem we have in Bayelsa, off-takers. Because there are no off-takers, you see a farmer produce enough to send out, but because he doesn't have off-takers, they now get spots or bad, which is bad business for him and a disappointment to the farmers also. So we have a problem with that. Then, but some export documentation process. I think that's where custom and transporters come in. Because I remember when we had the branding and I went to see their products, quite impressive. But because of documentations and other issues that they were having, they cannot even go out. They don't even have the market. Like we have somebody that had an exporter that has produced seafood with ogonomis or something like that, and she has the dry seafood inside. She has been accredited, she has all the documentations, but she doesn't have a market. And she has cartons of those products. So she goes about to trade fairs in other states to send them. Then she exports them privately. Those are things that, if they are done right, would help us as a state and as a country. So our appeal, I think that has to be with your national. So this is really not relevant. So in conclusion, SCEP in Bayelsa State is growing, and we hope to get better with the help of other states and with the help of the national. I hope by next meeting I'll be able to give you good results. Thank you.
Just a quick one. I like what people are doing. You know, earlier on you were talking about like 3 clusters for seafood, palm oil, and cassava, right? And cocoa. You see, that's the essence of having these clusters. That's the essence of profiling people in those clusters. How many of those are in cocoa? We need to know them. It would be a lot easier for us to say to help or to promote when we know that these people have all the requisite documentation. They are, if we have any training like the appeal, we can easily take that training to that place. But if it's scattered, it will be difficult to assist. First and foremost, that fish pond. Thank God you said you are collaborating with the Ministry of Agriculture. There's a Department of Agri, Federal Department of Fisheries. They are the sole certification process or agency for fish and fisheries product. There are a lot of changes. Though some people frown at, they frown at some of the scale, this catfish, because since they're aquaculture, some of them, because of the feed, what they use. So a lot of times they have certain parameters that you use, but even they prefer the ones in the wild. But the ones the scale ones, those ones can go. But they have what it is, the registration, the regulation, and what it is. Please try to reach out to them for this, and then for market, we will try, but we must know who and where. We go for recently Cameroon. We just came back last week from Cameroon now. Naidi and other people that went said that they discovered, is it Bayelsa or Port Harcourt, that was there with a beautiful product that they did not even know or hear much about. I don't know, is either Bayelsa, is it Bayelsa? Is it Rivers? Is this processing food they made in Cameroon? So because the lady was complaining, how come they didn't know this person? Yeah, so there are a lot of things, and there are also a lot of initiatives. Like when they did the wide, this digital trade that was launched, we were looking for women. There's so many initiatives for women, and that also will help in clusters. The list, out of the list that was received by the individual was 5,000, and the highest was $30,000 from WTO-ITC. And if we don't know, we may not be able to access. There are so many other initiatives that is always coming up. That's why we need to know you and also have proper documentation of your people. This is taking my part. So it's important we do this thing. I like what you have said. The essence of this meeting is reaching out. You are free to leverage what they are doing. Please, when they come, open your arms and let them in. What you know, please impact them. And for your own side, whatever you know that you need, that's why it is a regional. The entire South. It's the essence of having this meeting.
Not because when we found out the cocoa clusters, we found out that we have cocoa clusters, that initiated our having the cocoa nursery. Because we found out that to get seedlings, we have distributed about 1,500 seedlings to the cocoa, an enhanced breed to the cocoa farmers to add to what they have. We had to now introduce a cocoa nursery, which was launched a week ago or thereabout. So we are aiming to grow like 10,000 cocoa seedlings. We had to partner with a private greenhouse owner because we tried to collaborate with the Ministry of Agriculture. They had the greenhouses, but they were not mounted. And to mount them, they needed approvals and all that. And the civil service bureaucracy takes the. So they had, we needed to start, but they had a long process to get. So we had to partner with a private farmer that has greenhouses.
Yeah.
And we've already started coconut.
But also the show of the kind of input you are getting, because so especially for cocoa.
Got it from
Okay, great.
researches.
Okay.
We got it from the researches. Now for the fish, I think I'm just coming in, so I'm still looking at it. I think what happened was that in our river there are so many foreign vessels. So many. I am from the riverine area. I'm from Nembe, and we go to Brass. To get to Brass, of course, whoever knows riverine area. When you're traveling, you see them. I don't know what they call them, fishing boats or trawlers. And the names are not Nigerian names. You see them in the morning, in the evening, you don't see them again. Then apart from that, because we don't have storage, when the fishermen and women come from the sea with their fresh products, there's no storage.
And that's why the closer thing we talk about,
Yes.
they can now establish a smoking king. A cluster where people will take, either private or anybody can do that.
That's what we're trying to do now.
Yeah, so these are initiatives that can also, because the post-harvest losses is going to be humongous. So what you do is bring the fish, get to that place. It could be operated by private, it could be a member that owns that or government, whatever. But we need to establish that situation.
Because of the clusters, we are now having this C4, a government agency, now making clusters of fishermen, local government by local government, maybe 10 cooperative in one group. Then they are building solar coal rooms.
That's what I'm saying. Let us use those like a profile, like what you're saying.
We have profiles also.
Yeah, the state coordinator will also be able to work, on that. If there's any way we can do an intervention to that, it might not be 100%. We can now begin or look for private other agencies that can help.
That's why I said they asked me the Cross River, because it's good to know that they have the ports here that ships go from here. Like in Bayelsa, if they want to export anything, they take it to Lagos. And Bayelsa
So what
is
happened to
Port Harcourt. It's not working.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry.
So they now take it to Lagos before they export it. Right now, the exporters, we are trying to test some of the products, their lifespan, their shelf life. So if you're exporting, if you're going by ship, it takes maybe a month or two. You want to see the viability of the product before it gets there. So right now we're doing, some of the exporters are doing that test now. Having the products, keeping them stored to see how long it will last, apart from the dry seafood. Of course for fresh, we're not talking about now. But it's all the same dry.
They also have refrigerated vessels. That's somewhere we're going to. Let's start small from what we're saying. The idea is to have
That's what the exporters, I don't know. When I asked them, I said, why are you going to Lagos rather than going to
They said that it's so difficult to export from there. It's easier for them in Lagos. Even though it's more expensive in terms of transportation, but it's easier for them. They will get to One, you'll be frustrated. That's what the exporters informed us.
Is it a designated port for a particular product, or is it general? Let's also find out.
Seafood, they prefer Lagos because
The customs
they
are
have
free.
the facilities.
They have this storage because all those Atlantic shippers and they are in Lagos. And so maybe, when you see, we need to also find out what the issue could be. So that when we're making maybe our focus, we know where to go direct to this.
You needed us to respond to I needed to respond to some of the things. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. I'm still Chief Superintendent of Customs, OA. Sir, in the course of the two presentations, I did hearing customs.
Just now.
And I can be an exporter and I'm not a licensed custom agent. We should clarify that too. You can be self-clearing, but you need a custom licensed agent to do the whole process of customs procedure for you, so your goods can be exported. So that it won't be so cumbersome that I'm the one getting the goods and I'm still running the customs stuff. So you can still, but just get to the marine headquarters in Port Harcourt. They will put you through on how to get those things done. Thank you very much.
So that calls for collaboration, because and most of the things we do is more or less advocacy. We understand that it is NPA that owns the port and the operation, but you see, these are issues that in this kind of forum that will always spring up, and it's good for number one. It's also important that we open our hands to each other, so that when we come, we say our customer, please, this is this. You guys launched something, I think AOL or so recently.
AOL?
Is it AOL or what?
AU.
AU, right?
Yes, AU, Advanced Economic Operators.
Yeah. So these are a lot of people may not know. These are some of the information you also will need to, pass it down to them, so that they are also aware of some of the things, so that people will not accuse people wrongly. You understand? No, I'm serious.
No, whenever we are launching any program, we always invite all stakeholders.
Okay.
And it's always on national
to
television.
invite all stakeholders. It's another thing to ensure those people come. And when they come, let me tell you one thing that maybe a lot of people are not here, so you guys close your eyes. When you hear an exporter talk about export customs, it's a myth.
Yes.
Export.
Yes.
When you hear not only export, I said custom. I'm telling you, you're the guy, so we can talk. No, I'm coming. So it is a myth to some people, but it's not true. You know what I'm saying? The truth of the matter is that you need to demystify yourself to them by making them friendly. Honestly speaking, sometimes like going to a hospital. You are sick, you feel sick. You go to a hospital, you meet with a doctor, you and the doctor will sit down and talk and discuss. And after a while, you feel like you have strength inside of you as if you were not sick. It makes, I think they call it a placebo or something. Something that will, I will begin to hear. You might begin to say, I thought I was sick. I'm not sick again. That's the truth. You guys are doing great work. Marvelous work. But sometimes people, it is like a divide. This one will go this way, this one will go, because they feel you are up there, you don't want to. I know I've interacted with customs development. You guys are some of them are my friends. I used to be the regional coordinator in the Southeast. I know the relationship, the collaboration I had with the customs. Smooth one. But the truth of the matter is that somebody has to, when it's state coordinator, regional coordinator, you guys will also have to do a little bit more in terms of, you go visit them, talk to them.
And sorry to say,
talk to
another
them.
thing is information.
The information
Why
is
I know this that, like, I wanted to export, okay, let me not call it export.
you want to smuggle.
I wanted to sell, it's still an export. I say it's still export.
You don't document it, but it's not export.
It is like illegal export, kind of. I wanted to sell, I went to the UK, got a shop, I wanted to sell them my product, I advertised and all that. I said, okay, bring samples for us to see. This is what we want, this is how we want it. And I came back home, came to Bayelsa, went to the village, bought 2 bags of crayfish, bought oysters, dried them up, did everything, packaged them, and I wanted to send them. Everything I spent on buying those things was not up to 300,000 that I spent on buying those things. When I got to where I was to send them, they gave me a bill of 1.4 million.
I'm going to make an excuse for them.
Custom gave you or
I'm going to make an excuse for
No,
them.
they gave me a bill of 1.4 million.
From where? Who?
No, now the people that was, no, what did you do? That was to send it.
That's what I'm going to make an excuse for
When
customs.
I now asked, why are you carrying these things I bought? Okay, well, let's look at the value. This is the value. And you said asking me to pay. They said that we have to pay custom. We have to pay this. We have to pay that.
We have to. Sorry, let me come in.
Okay,
We have to. Like I said, I sat down there, the 2 previous presentations, when it comes to from the court custom, nobody mentioned NPA. I have to stand up to clarify that. It has always been customs. And that's what I'm still telling you. It's very, very easy for you. The issue is this. We have, like my colleague was saying something like collaboration. We have custom licensed agents. We cannot just start talking to everybody. That's why we have them licensed. They have an organization where we do pass information to. It talked about the AEO. As recent as last year, we had advanced rolling being rolled out too. Those are programs that we roll out. Which people are we to communicate with? We communicate with these people that we liaise with almost on the daily basis, which are the licensed agents. We don't liaise directly with the exporter or the importer himself. We liaise with the custom licensed agents, the people that comes to us. So, sorry, sir. I'll get to you. So when you get issue like, we will pay customs. Between me and you, export is 0 duty.
Yeah.
0 duty. Check it on the system. No, mother, it's 0 duty.
and it's easier.
It's 0 duty. Even in Ecuador, when I was in Ecuador, I think there was a one-stop shop, stop domicile in NIPC. When you go in there, you get all the information there. My office is just, it's a stone throw to the president office now. So, export is 0 duty. But a licensed agent will not tell you this is what I want. He will tell you customs.
So that's why the interface is also important.
And the bottom line is this: a licensed agent will always tell you they need the operational fee. They have to they are operating, so they will charge you. But they will not tell you it's theirs. They will tell you it's customs.
You people regulate it. Don't you have checks on them?
Checks on licensed agents.
Yes. How no license them?
Sir, how do we, sir? When I licensed, sorry, sir. When I licensed you to do a clearing job for anybody, I licensed my brother here. I licensed my brother here. They're into competition probably to bring to get the exporter bringing this. So he can do anything to get my approval to bring in this. He can do anything to get my approval to bring in this. I will now, as the importer or the exporter, I will now say, okay, this man is giving me 10 naira.
Yes.
This man is giving me 5 naira. I will go for this 5 naira. It's the person that owns the goods that takes the decision. Customs just says mandatorily, you use this or you use this.
customer is going to know that this guy is charging 10
naira, or this one is
how
charging
much he's supposed to charge.
No. There's the system duty payment if you see the import, but we are on exported. So let's face export. Export is zero duty.
As long as you have your necessary.
No, I'm sorry, please. There's a section of can do all of this. So let's allow. And imagine that if we do this, every other person that consulted and so let's finish this, and then we'll have this discussion. Okay, so at this point, I would like to invite the secretary of the Akwa Scale, who's representing the permanent secretary from Mr. Oseji Felix.
You call my name for Akwa.
Oh, sorry, no, sorry for Delta State, sorry. Sorry, Delta State. Are you ready now? Okay, let's take it. No, are you ready? Okay, fine. Okay,
Which one is this?
so Mr. Asian Umore from ASEAN. Pardon me for my.
You know the meaning of
Papaimo.
You don't know the meaning of ASEAN. That guy is person. ASEAN means guy. That's a new guy. So you do guy.
Thank you so very much. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I am Mr. Asian More, the Deputy Director of Commerce, representing my permanent secretary. I had to go out and call him because when I saw the PS of Bayelsa, I knew this is a very serious business. It's no longer my business. So I had to go and call him and say, sir, for you not being here, you have to pay a fine. But all the same, I was sent to come in here and talk briefly about what we have done in Akwa Ibom State. This can be the slide. Let's see. I'm going to be very brief since I'm not the one who's in charge. You can go, okay? We have a lot of members in SETCED, over 50 of them, very active. And we have 4 committees, subcommittees that are very, very active also. We have the coordination committee headed by the Honorable Commissioner. We have the project implementation and strategy committee. We have production and corporate society formation. We have product value chain and monitoring committee. These committees have made several progress in the states. And in Akwa Ibom, we've identified 2 major also products area, as the oil palm and the seafood. But we also have several interests in cocoa, processed produce, vegetable spices, rubber, coconuts, cassava, and the rest of them, which we are still eyeing for the future. We have several enablers in the state that is giving us an advantage in the areas we have chosen. We have the free trade export processing zone. We have the ARISE National Transformation Agenda. We have the Ibom Seaport that we are pushing to make it work now. We have the Ibom Power Plant that is on ground. We have the lengthy shorelines that have enhanced our interest in the seafood, and we also have the e-library that gives us room for research. This can we go on? We have good collaboration with NEPC, and we are also very actively involved with the SEVA committee, and the things we have done there has helped us have focus in scale. Please go ahead. All right. Our major achievement in Akwa Ibom State is through the cluster formation. We have the one food cluster that are vitally involved in export at this time. They have exported several volumes of products. And we work with the NAPC to make sure that they are ready, they have done their registration with CAC. They have the FDA registered license. We are trying to rebrand their products so that anywhere they are, they can easily be assessed and it's from Akwa Ibom State. We are doing that right now, and we are trying to also develop people, off-takers for them. Since there are very many across the states, we are trying to also encourage them by making sure they have off-takers. We also have the one that we are on ground now, the Igbo Oil Palm Export Cluster. It's already formed, it's on ground, and they have a mini refinery as a sample that the state government is trying to push in funding to expand. And we are trying to set up also, this one is not yet on ground, the Aqua Alliance Cluster, but we are working with NPC to make sure that is done before the end of this year. Please can be quiet, please. We have several policies and programs that the government has put in place to help us. We have supporting programs with FADAMA. The government of the state have also helped us to promote mechanized agriculture, and just recently, through our influence, acquired an agri-equipment leasing company have been established in the state. And that is through the influence of SCAPE. The government were never interested in that until we had to engage them and made them see the importance of that. So that is on ground right now. Please can you go ahead? All right, to promote our standards, we have developed an export-led strategy that we call Access to ensure production of export-grade agricultural products. This is just to make sure that whatever we are sending out for export meets a particular standard. And under the logistics support, we have implemented several rural access and agri-marketing projects around as road construction to give us access to where we have our products. There are several roads constructed through the riverine area, so that when we begin to get the benefits of the seafood, we can have access to push those products out. Please can you go ahead? There are several policies, like I said, that we have developed, and post-harvest service storage. Please go ahead. This one's all right. The Kwara State government has adopted a multi-dimensional agri-development strategy focusing on mechanization of palm oil processing. We discovered that most of our palm oil clusters or palm oil plantation we have are outdated and are the natural species. So we are focusing on developing a mechanization system to help that. And recently, through the influence of SCAPE in the state, the government just approved 20 billion naira investment in oil palm processing. And that will help us achieve purchase of seedlings and also other equipment for the clusters. Please, you can just go ahead. I discovered sitting down that basically all of us have the same challenges, which is why I'm interested in this meeting, because through effective collaborations, we'll be able to deal with these challenges. It's a very normal thing. We see inadequate funding. The government is not doing, though we have plenty of money in the states, but the government is not giving us enough to be able to push and achieve what we should do to scale. We have inefficiencies in some of our institutions, the standalone syndrome that we have. The agri wants to own. They want to be the ones to drive. Trade and investments want to own. Special duties want to stand alone. So it's difficult for us to synergize these systems for us to be able to drive all the programs and policies of scale. We also have poor policy implementation, limited farmer access to technology, limited access to credit. It's a challenge we have in the system, and it's really affecting our success result area. Thank you so much. I think this is a summary of what I can take at this time. Thank you.
Okay, let's dance together for you once more. So now we'll be inviting Mr. ASEAN. Okay, Mr. Osei, the other one of two presidents, so just mute me up. Okay, Mr. Osei Felix from Akwa Ibom. Delta, sorry.
I'm sure it's a 30 man. And if you don't die in it like that, you should be able to.
Sorry about that, sir. So don't worry, good morning, all. Good morning. Sorry, my presentation is not in slide form. But I just think I just want to conscientize us a little bit regarding why we are here. Of course, we are here for one purpose, which is exports. And God so kind, we happen to come from an area where we have large coastlines.
not been homogeneous. And so we have this fragmented idea. I mean, there used to be, between prosper and acquirement, there used to be the investment, what do you call it? No, there was the investment trust. There was investment trust. Southeastern State Investment Trust. What is investment trust today? Balkanized and dead. Odua Investment was created when the Southwest was a region. When it was a region, Odua Investment was created when the Southwest was a region. Today, the Southwest has 6 states? 6 states. Odua Investment still stands. Cocoa House is an Odua Investment is a property. Okay? Several properties in Lagos, most of Marina in Lagos is owned by Odua Investment. Real estate, plantations, name it, they held it together. Whether you are PDP, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When they have their Odua investment meetings, all the governors show up. What's his name? Togumo Ashiru is the current chairman of investment, this is their Odua investment. Okay? He's from Ogun State. Or he's from Ibadan. They don't, when it comes to development of the Southwest, they don't play politics with it. They don't play politics with it. So, if we are going to have a serious conversation, please, I heard someone say that let us speak truth to ourselves here. And me, I came here to speak truth.
Truth will set us free.
Exactly. So if we are not ready for that one, then please let me know. If we could have what we didn't go far, I will not go back. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now together. Okay, so I would like to invite Mrs. Shinozi, the regional coordinator for the South and the NEBC, to do a presentation sketch for River State. Let's put your hands together from.
Use the language question.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, okay, so this is River State, and my governor may be sitting on a keg of gunpowder. Please, on record. Okay, so we know the state is actually a state of particular concern. So getting the step, but that's the truth. Getting the step to meet has been quite peculiar. So, but what the strategy we devised was to always invite all the stakeholders to all our programs. Okay, so let me start. Let me start. In 2025, the River States will set a roadmap. I know the Delta State said they don't do, but we had to do a roadmap as a guide to, kickstart SCEP for us. So it was driven by the need to diversify the economy and reduce oil dependence, because in River State you're actually competing with the oil moguls and the people that have the money. So you can see us struggling to convince them, to go into non-oil export. So our key export products are oil palm and cassava. So next slide. Okay, the roadmap was structured in this manner: the OSOP value chain development. We also have the capacity building and youth engagement, and then we have the infrastructure and logistics, access to finance, and we have trade compliance and the digital market access. This was a roadmap. So most of our programs are actually centered on this roadmap that was developed in 2025. In 2025, we only met twice, though I wasn't on board. I just came on board late 2025.
So,
Throw your question.
What do you usually say?
assignment and, I mean, he's giving the total cost of export as in, from on air could be, I'm just using figures now, let's assume maybe $800. For that same consignment, if it takes it to Lagos, I just export it at the cost of $200.
No, what's responsible? You are just giving us the scenario.
Yes.
Why is on them more expensive than
Lagos has more infrastructure, they have more equipment, they have more items.
So I don't know if we interject your presentation, but I think to the best of my knowledge, present as 2024, Nigerian Customs Service decided to have a specific command in Lagos for exports because of the activities. They found out that there's a lot of activities of export. So they have a specific command outside the import command. If I may use the word, not, we have different commands. So they have a specific command for export purposes. So all exports are domiciled in there. Probably that is why you're having that.
it is pricing so much.
No, I'm not talking about the cost.
I know the difference. The cost
is a good driver.
No, it's just too much. It's just too much.
That's not the reason. Can I help?
So, like I said, I just came on board. This is the feedback I got.
No, but I'm not accusing you for it.
I don't want to help.
Please go ahead.
The issue of cost. Two things. One, frequency of ships.
throughout Nigeria. You have some